All right, everybody, I hope all is well. Welcome back. All right, this is the Chicago Bears mock draft with trades, no Justin Fields. All right, so first things first, I went on ahead and I made a deal with Arizona. I got their number 27th pick for the ninth, but I got two second rounders and a first rounder back for it. So, no, I'm sorry, I got two third rounders, yeah, and a first round back. That's what I got for our number 9 pick in the draft. So went on ahead and made that trade. Then first things first, obviously, in this mock draft, Justin Fields now is gone. Whatever. Arizona's the only one that took the bait. With that being said, now here's how we're going to land and here we're going to play it. Number 1 overall is Caleb Williams. Obviously, best player in the draft. You got a quarterback gone. You need to replace it. Enough said. Let's do it. Now here's where we get to the nitty-gritty. Jazan Newton, big defensive tackle. My previous video, like I said, I think that they need an edge rusher. We'll talk about that too with Jonah Ellis. We'll talk about that as well. But Jazan Newton is probably the best defensive tackle / nose guard in, of course, the draft. Sweat is right behind him. But, dude, this guy can stop the run. And having Montez Sweat on the outside, having him on the inside, Jazan Newton, is going to be a perfect fit. He's a true right-away plug-and-play type player, which obviously the Bears are going to need defensively. I think this is what's going to home in, but we'll talk more and more about that as we go throughout this whole entire draft. With that being said, after Jazan Newton, next up is Jonah. Jonah is a very underrated edge rusher in this draft. Guy has really nice arms. Pause. Not in that way. Like, he's got the nice arms where he just knows how to use his hands and his arms. Like, a lot of edge rushers don't really know. They just do the whole slapping thing, slapping, trying to fight through. It's like Jonah uppercut, swim, flap, bull rush, spin. Like, he's got so many bags in his moves, so many moves in his bag that it's just, and a great example of this is the USC game. Just how he tore up the right tackle and the left tackle. It didn't matter whatever side. The USC game was that way. The Colorado game was like that. The Oregon game actually was like that too for a while until it became a blowout. But another big game for him was the Florida game. Just watching how he just pretty much after. I don't know what Florida was doing. They really looked bad. The SEC looked bad this year when it came to that. But Jonah really is a slept-on type edge rusher. And if you can't get Jonah, there's another guy named Gabe Hall who was also really climbing up the charts too out of Baylor. But for the most part, I wanted to roll with Jonah on this one because I couldn't get a Dallas Turner or a Chop Robinson or something like that. So I like him right there. At 75, Peyton Wilson. This is a do or die linebacker. If you the expression of, what's the best way to put this? The expression of throwing my body on the line is this linebacker. A couple of injuries, I get that, but this dude plays. You cannot measure heart. You cannot measure just the will. This dude plays every single play. If you just watch any of the games where he's 100%, this dude is all over the damn field. All over. Sideline to sideline, backfield, in the flats, just covering everything. Up the seam. He just does it all. And I think the only reason why people are scared to take a chance on him, and I said in my other video too previously, I took Adrian Cooper over Peyton Willis. Like I said, the best 3 linebackers are probably going to be Peyton Willis, Adrian Cooper, and then I have another guy, Jermaine Trotter Jr., he's fair. You know what I mean? He's fair, but it is what it is with him. And I think that's really where we're going to sit with that one. I really like Peyton Wilson a lot. Next up is Johnny Wilson at 90. I don't think he falls this far, but he did. So I was like, why not take him, keep him on the board? That dude is 6'6". Just a freak athlete, bro. Like, what more do you say? Caleb Williams has DJ Moore. Now he's got Johnny Wilson. Like, dude, throw that thing up. And throw that thing up, bro. Real talk. Like, even if not, he could play, he could come in inside and, just simple tight end, 5-out routes. Something easily like that. You know what I mean? He's like, not Kelvin Benjamin, but like a Kelvin Benjamin, kind of. But in shape version of him. You know what I mean? So that's something that I could see I could see him being utilized in that position right there. Definitely for Johnny Wilson. I like him right there, especially if he's at pick 90 and the depth for receiver is really falling apart with Darnell Mooney probably gone, having DJ Moore now become the star player pretty much. You're going to have to need somebody on the other side. That being said, like I said in the other video, you got to address tackle. Blake Fisher is really good out of Notre Dame. Notre Dame has a habit of putting out really good offensive linemen. Zach Martin, the Martin brothers, I'll say that, and Quentin Nelson. I know it's been a while, but they've really done a good job of putting out offensive linemen. And Blake Fisher is no different from the group. You can put him on the right, left side. Actually, believe it or not, I think you could throw him inside at guard too if you wanted to. Just a versatile offensive lineman. He can really get the job done. I like him at 110. It's a great value pick. And like I said in the other videos too about the Bears, they really hit really good on that other tackle. So somebody on the other side of him could really help seal those edges off completely. And then, of course, you know, Caleb Williams can have a field day, man, back there, knowing that he's got the Great Wall of China protecting him. You know what I mean? So that's something that I really like. Next up is, of course, you've heard his dad's name. And I did a whole video on him saying that he is underrated, probably one of the most underrated players in this draft. And this is Braden Rice out of the University of USC. I really think that this guy probably is the leader of the pack when it comes to the second-tier receivers in this draft. I also like him because he's Caleb Williams' teammate. So it's a bit of familiarity with him. It's a bit of comfortableness with him. It's a bit of, okay, hey, I know how he gets down. If anything else, somebody understands me in this locker room. It's going to be somebody like him, who I used to throw the ball to a lot, get a lot of touchdowns, so on and so forth. It's like kind of a safety net for him, pretty much. And I know people are going to be like, well, what about your tight end? What about that? I get that Clement's already there. I understand that. And if you're building this offense just right how I'm looking at it, got Caleb Williams at the helm, you add Blake Fisher at tackle. Then you turn around, you got DJ Moore on the outside, Johnny Wilson, who's probably going to be your number 3 receiver, Braden Rice on the outside, dude, Clement coming in at tight end. It's already became an electrifying offense just off of just names already alone. And this is something where I really like I said, watching Braden Smith and the Senior Bowl, God dang it, Braden Rice. Rice. Y'all correct me in the comments every time I mess up. Or count how many times I messed up saying this young man's name. I watched a movie with Will Smith the other day, and I keep thinking of Jaden Smith, not Braden Smith. But anyways, I really like how Braden just gets open. He just finds a way to get open. And he just reads his quarterback's eyes and understands that, okay, that's not working. Boom. He just knows how to extend the route and make it harder for the corner or the DB, whoever's on him. And that's something we saw a lot at USC. And sadly enough, I hate to say this, a lot of those games where they were like either losing or just in the shootouts where no defense was being played, it's kind of a Pac-12 thing. We fell in love with this, with the connection between Caleb and Rice. Towards the middle of the season, it became a thing. It was a whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce type moment. It was really happening. You know what I mean? So like, I really like Rice at that spot. I don't think he's gonna be at 122, to be honest with you. Just because of his name alone, he's probably going to go early in the 3rd round. Probably at best, maybe. Early 3rd round, maybe 2nd round. But I don't think that people just let him just slide through the cracks that far. So if you see him at that spot, you better take him. And that's what I did in this mock. Last but not least, at 142, safety out of Georgia Smith, because just for helping depth at the defensive back position. In the previous video, you just, like I talked about with the Bears, you need a safety that can come down and really lay the wood. You know what I mean? Like, or just, you know, just play in the box. You know what I mean? You need a safety like that, especially in a division where you've got Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, Josh Gibbs. Well, I don't know what Minnesota's doing up there, and we'll talk about them. We're going to get right with them in a second. But in a division like that where you got some decent running backs, you're going to have to really, you know, force them to throw the ball and keep Jalen Johnson there. And that's just another thing too, right? The way this draft falls, it falls perfect for how the division is going to play out, because obviously Minnesota's got at least 3 receivers that can go. The Lions obviously have proven that they've got so much value at every position offensively. They can go. The Packers, same way. So it's just evolution of time. You got to make it for lost time. If you're the Bears, you guys got to go all out and you got to double dip at receiver. You got to make sure you got a good offensive line and, build the defense up. That's pretty much what we're focusing on in this draft for those guys. With that being said, let me know in the comments if you feel this. If you don't feel this, that's also fine. I'm not done with the Bears completely. I do have a video out where it is Justin Fields stays there and it's no trades. We'll talk about that one if you want to see it. But if you like this one better, let me know. Tell me what you think. There's so many things that they could do with that number 1 pick. I really feel like if they do trade, you got to get on the phone with somebody like Arizona, somebody like Washington. You know what I mean? Like, it's an obvious, but are they going to do it is the question. With that being said, y'all, hey, yo, end all, be all shall be well. And I'm only, I'm only 4 subscribers away from 1,000. I'm trying to get there before the NFL draft. We can do this. Please subscribe. If not, hey, let's thank you for watching, though. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.